Humanitarian needs and demands are rising. Perhaps that's not a surprise, but it is quite striking if we look at the situation we have now, particularly from the long-running conflicts, but also from some new conflicts. When we did the mid-year review of the Consolidated Appeals in Geneva in July, and the flash appeals, we've had relatively few flash appeals this year, what we found was that we were asking donors for $9.5 billion. Now that compares with $6.3 billion at the same time last year. What that means is almost a 50% increase in what we're asking for from the major donors for these consolidated appeals, which cover the main long-running conflicts. Through the multilateral channels, the kind of appeals I was talking about. What we see is that the situation in the Horn of Africa is again deteriorating and is expected to worsen further this year before it gets better, we hope, in the early part of next year. And that's because we're essentially facing fourth, or in some cases fifth year of failed or poor rains in some places in many of the countries of the Horn of Africa, which is giving rise to a crisis in the areas of food, nutrition, water, diseases, many areas like that. The US, Canada, we've launched a flash appeal for $24 million approximately. A couple of weeks ago I launched that in Geneva to assist in particular the 150,000 IDPs, but also the rest of the population who are affected by that, because there are many people affected directly and indirectly by the conflict. And I hope the international community will respond swiftly and generously to that in a rational way. The figures for malnutrition, severe malnutrition amongst children in particular, are significantly worse this year. And there are probably 50,000 or so people very severely affected, but there are many more people affected in the surrounding provinces as well. So again, we're looking at how we can help with that.
Ayer yana gitel to yo tonga pangatu mo yer yamu yo to